Greetings, fellow Transformers fans. Today we take a deep dive into the extraordinary universe of Transformers, however, with an unexpected twist. In our video today, we shall unveil the remarkable stories of 9 Autobots who walked off from their noble path and aligned themselves with the Decepticons. Can you believe that? These once noble Autobots transformed into their arch-enemies, the Decepticons, out of desperation, by falling for their trick, or simply choosing to explore the dark side of the Transformers. These Autobots turn their backs to the very cause that they pledged allegiance to. Their tales will unfold before us in this video, from their shocking betrayals to the pivotal moments where they transitioned from saviors of humanity into agents of chaos. You do not want to miss this gripping roller coaster ride filled with excitement and betrayal, so grab your Energon cubes, because we're about to roll out on an exhilarating journey into the mind-blowing world of rogue Autobots. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
I am Nemesis Prime. You are nothing.
Optimus Prime. Man, if this doesn't blow your circuits, we don't know what will. Imagine the legendary Optimus Prime, the ultimate symbol of justice, flipping the script and going full bad guy mode. It happened in the Last Night film, and trust us, it's a shocker. So picture this. Optimus Prime, after a brutal showdown in Hong Kong, ends up drifting through space in a stasis lock, but his home planet, Cybertron, isn't done with him yet. It pulls him back, and bam, he's back in action. But here's where it gets crazy. He meets Quintessa, who claims to be his creator, and drops the bomb that Earth is basically wrapped around the body of Unicron. Next thing you know, Optimus is brainwashed into becoming Nemesis Prime and sent back to Earth with a mission. He claims to only be fighting for Cybertron now and proceeds to take on Bumblebee. But you know what saves the day? Bumblebee's true voice breaks through, bringing Optimus back to the good old Autobot side. Phew! Thanks to the Autobots' never give up attitude, Optimus didn't hang with the baddies for long. It's a wild ride, and Optimus Prime is back where he belongs, as the hero we all know and love. Hallelujah indeed.
Leader 1?
It's Black Arachnia now.
Black Arachnia. Okay, folks, you won't believe this wild Transformers tale from Transformers Animated. So, once upon a time, there was this Autobot cadet named Alita 1. She was tight with Optimus and Sentinel, the future Prime, and had this crazy ability to mimic other bots' special power. They went on a mission to planet Arca 7, hunting for Decepticon Energon, and boom, things went south real quick. They ended up in creepy caves filled with giant spiders, and poor Alita got left behind. Everyone thought she was a goner, but here's the twist. She wasn't. Alita tried to use her power-stealing thing on the spiders, but they had other plans. They gave her a taste of their venom, and that turned her into some techno-organic freak show. Now, because of her half-bot, half-organic vibe, her signal didn't show up on Optimus's radar. So, Optimus and Sentinel figured she was toast, but guess what? She survived and changed her name to Black Arachnia. Pretty fitting, right? She then hooked up with the Decepticons. Now, she's all about finding a way to reverse the freaky transformation and, oh yeah, getting back at Optimus while she's at it. Revenge is on her menu, and you can bet her story's got all the twists and turns you need. Transformers drama at its finest, right here.
It's one of the good guys, but you left me on that planet, and I went bad.
Wild Wheel. Alright, get this, Transformers fans. We're talking about Wild Wheel, the Autobot with a seriously rough ride in Transformers Cyberverse. So, the deal is that Wild Wheel was part of the Ark's crew, and they had to hit the snooze button in stasis mode to save their Energon. Fast forward, the Ark goes on autopilot and lands on a blue-green planet, which is basically our very own Earth. But here's the kicker. The ship gets hit hard, and whoops, Wild Wheel's pod gets sucked out and crash lands on prehistoric Earth. He's stuck there for like 60 million years. Talk about a lousy few centuries. Finally, in the 1800s, our man Wild Wheel wakes up in the Wild West and joins a gang of human outlaws, resorting to a life of petty crimes. Soon enough, he's got a bounty on his shiny Transformer head. And guess what? He's got a massive grudge against Optimus Prime, blaming him for being abandoned. So, Wild Wheel pulls himself out of Earth and goes back to his home turf, Cybertron. He even challenges Optimus to a gunslinging duel, but spoiler alert, Optimus takes him down and tries to talk some sense into him. Wild Wheel isn't having it though. He heads back to the Decepticon, waving goodbye to his Autobot days. Talk about a bitter twist in this Transformers tale. Sideswipe. Alright, let us take you to the wild world of shattered glass, where Autobots are the bad guys and Decepticons are the heroes. But there's one Autobot who's still wearing the white hat in both universes, Sideswipe. This shattered glass Sideswipe, he's not the same cocky, wisecracking dude we know from the regular universe. He's all serious and grim. And check this out, he's got this cool scarred Autobot symbol on his chest, showing his journey from bad guy to good. In this universe, this guy used to be a loyal enforcer for the now evil Optimus Prime, but he couldn't handle Prime's ruthless ways. So, what does Prime do? He sets up a Sideswipe for an assassination, thinking that'll take care of the problem. But our hero survives the hit and decides to join the Decepticons instead. And in the end, he fought and gave it all in the final battle on Earth, which didn't end well for him. It's a crazy twist on the Transformers we know, and Sideswipe's story is a real roller coaster in this topsy-turvy world.
You'll need it.
Wheeljack. Well, Transformers fans, hold on to your seats, because you won't believe what happened to our good old Autobot engineer, Wheeljack, in Transformers Armada. Forget the wacky mad scientist of Generation 1. This Wheeljack is all about revenge. So, way back, Wheeljack used to be an Autobot, thousands of years before the Armada saga kicked off. But things took a dark turn when he and his buddy got caught up in a blazing inferno on Cybertron. His pal promised to get help, but never came back. Wheeljack ended up trapped under rubble, and understandably, thought he'd been ditched to roast in the fire. But just when he was losing hope, guess who popped out of the flames to save the day? None other than Megatron himself. Yep, the Decepticon leader rescued Wheeljack, and in return, our poor, gullible Autobot went full Decepticon mode, thinking the Autobots had ditched him. Wheeljack had come to Earth, initially plotting to get revenge on his old buddy. But when that plan flopped, he joined up with the Decepticons, and there's no turning back to Autobotville for him now. He never sported the Decepticon insignia, but he had a scarred Autobot crest on his chest as a constant reminder of that fiery day. Revenge is the name of the game for this Armada version of Wheeljack.
I'll fight you, but you leave me no choice.
Grimlock. Alright, buckle up, Transformers buffs, because we're delving into the wild world of Grimlock and his rambunctious Dinobots. These guys have always been the Autobots' most unpredictable bunch, especially Grimlock, the head honcho. So here's the scoop. Grimlock and his Dino crew were cooked up by Transformer scientists, mainly Wheeljack. The plan was for these metal dinos to be the Autobots' protectors, with Grimlock being the beefiest of the bunch. But if you know Grimlock, you know he's got this whole strongest should lead philosophy, which lands him in hot water with Optimus Prime. These two butt heads more often than not, and in some cases, Grimlock's stubbornness even led him to defect from the Autobots. To add some spice, Megatron pulled a sneaky move and manipulated Grimlock and the gang into attacking Prime. Classic bad guy move, right? But hold your horses, because Optimus, being the selfless hero he is, showed Grimlock the light. Through some Autobot wisdom, he convinced Grimlock to ditch the Decepticons and come back to the good side. So, Grimlock's story basically went from him being a good guy to a bit of a bad guy, and finally back to the good guy crew. Transformers drama at its finest, dear friends. Prow. Man, Prow's life is like a roller coaster you can't get off. So, he's got this whole beef with Optimus, thinking he's the one making the tough calls, the hard decisions that Prime just can't stomach. Prow's all about the cold hard facts, seeing the world through numbers and stats. On the other hand, Optimus is all about the power of people, the warm and fuzzy stuff. These two can't agree, and it all comes to a head when Prow refuses to see the light. Prime, being the goody two-shoes he is, decides Prow needs a reality check and lets him get arrested. Classic tough love move, right? Optimus figures, maybe a little chat behind bars will straighten Prow out. But here's the kicker. Prow's all hung up on this idea that morality and military strategy don't mix. Plus, spending time as part of Devastator messed with his head. So, what happens? Optimus and Prow end up in a showdown. Fists flying and all that drama. Prow's convinced a piece of him will always be with Prime, and that's enough for Optimus to show mercy and spare him. Now, Prow's on the run, with wanted signs looking for him and all. It's just another day in the crazy life of Transformers, where even the good guys can't catch a break. Wreck-Gar. Okay, hold on to your bolts, because Wreck-Gar's story is one wild ride. So, this dude was just chilling, watching TV, when the sneaky Quintessence decided to mess with his head. They slipped some subliminal messages into his shows, and bam! Wreck-Gar's convinced that it's cleanup time. Junkions go on a rampage, attacking everyone in sight. Autobots, Decepticons, you name it. As the Quintessence pull the strings, Wreck-Gar becomes the poster bot for their master plan. He broadcasts this mind-bending message across the galaxy, causing chaos and tension everywhere. Autobots, being the savvy bunch they are, manage to counteract the brainwashing and reel Wreck-Gar back to their side. TV addiction is not as harmless as it seems, huh? Then there's this other gig where Wreck-Gar decides to follow Galvatron down some old shaft. It's a deadly mistake, because this energy-draining dweller thing turns Wreck-Gar into an energy vampire. Yeah, you heard that right. He starts sapping the life out of other bots. It's like a sci-fi horror movie, Transformers style. Luckily, an energy imbalance does a little reset, and Wreck-Gar returns to his usual self. But wait, there's more. During the Hate Plague Madness, Wreck-Gar goes all infectious and manages to get Optimus Prime on the hate train. Talk about a series of bizarre events, right? Wreck-Gar's been through the ringer, and his story's like a sci-fi soap opera. Just goes to show, being a TV junkie in the Transformers world can lead to some seriously wacky adventures.
The war. For the sake of our planet's survival, a deal had to be made.
Sentinel Prime. Now, Transformers fans, buckle up for the crazy saga of Sentinel Prime in the Dark of the Moon. So, way back in the day, Sentinel was the big-shot Autobot leader before Optimus Prime took the reins. But war's a real buzzkill, and Sentinel thought teaming up with Megatron was the way to save Cybertron. Talk about a plot twist. So, Sentinel plans to head to Earth and meet up with Megatron later. But oops, his ship gets messed up during a battle, and he ends up crash landing on our moon in 1961. Fast forward to the present. Optimus and the gang find a chunk of Sentinel's ship on the moon. They haul him back to Earth, try to revive him, and boom, he's awake but not in the best mood. Sentinel spills the beans about the space bridge plan, seemingly feeling all guilty for misjudging the Decepticons. Optimus offers him the Matrix, but Sentinel decides that he's not fit to lead here. Instead, he drops the bomb that he's now the student, not the master. Crazy, isn't it? But hold up, Sentinel isn't all noble. He pulls off the ultimate betrayal, revealing his secret alliance with Megatron. The Autobots get kicked off Earth, and Sentinel activates the space bridge, bringing Cybertron into the picture. Surprise, surprise. Turns out the Autobots faked their deaths and are back again for a showdown. Sentinel and Optimus duel it out, and things get ugly. Megatron, smelling the danger to his throne, decides to stab Sentinel in the back. Quite literally. Optimus isn't up for a truce with him though. He takes out Megatron, who has left Sentinel all battered. Sentinel begs for mercy, claiming he just wanted to save their race. Optimus drops some cold, hard truth bombs, saying Sentinel betrayed himself more than the Autobots. And just like that, Optimus gives Sentinel the boot for good. Talk about a Transformers soap opera. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, folks. The wild ride of these Autobots gone rogue. From the good side to the dark Decepticon team. We mean, who would have thought our beloved heroes could take a detour to the dark side? We've got twists, turns, and betrayals that'll make your circuit spin. Optimus must have had a real headache dealing with these Autobots turned Decepticons. Whether it's Sentinel Prime pulling a sneaky alliance move, or the cold and calculating Prow during a 180, it's Transformers drama at its finest. And let's not forget the bizarre turns like Wheeljack's TV brainwashing, or Sideswipe's stint as a good old Decepticon. Who knew being a hero could be so complicated? So, let us know which Autobot turned Decepticon shocked you the most. Until next time, roll out. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
You betrayed yourself. No, Optimus!